The following is a presentation of TFNN. Now, TFNN opens the door to the futures. Want to see into the future? Climb aboard and come with us. Takes your phone calls now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. This is the Futures Hour.
Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Larry Pesavento, setting in for Ed Young, and I want to wish everybody a happy holiday, both Easter and Passover, whichever you decide, or whichever religion or God you subscribe to, and even if you don't, have a happy holiday. Okay, a couple things that are really important is one is the Asian markets. Hong Kong is closed for the next 4 days for a major holiday. And then the first week in May, I believe, is the big Chinese holiday for the year. All of China shuts down, I believe, the first week in May. It's related to the lunar holiday. We have the full moon on, the new moon on May 3rd. And so that the markets are going to be very, very slow all across Asia. We're closed tomorrow in the stock in the stock market. I believe stock indices were probably relatively quiet. We're having another really strong day because of earnings, which everybody knows are getting better and better. The markets are starting to gap a little bit, like we've had in Intel and some of the others. But we're not really having the breakouts like we should be having, folks. I'm going to talk just a little bit about the stock indices before we get into some of the commodity stuff. But the VIX index is into new low ground. I mean, it just literally had another gap down. We haven't made new lows yet in the SDS, which is the double-weighted S&P 500, and we have a position in that. Right now, it's down just a tiny bit, and our stop is in, so we'll wait and see if it's going to get hit or not. The thing that's really important, folks, and I'm going to try to post a chart in the room at the break and show you the ratios of new highs to new lows that are being made. If you were to tell anybody that's ever looked at stocks where the Dow Jones is, and they're talking about this huge breakout, above 12,400 in the Dow, and then if you go back and look at what the new highs to new lows are doing, it looks horrible. Only 30 of the Dow stocks, only 6 of the 30 are actually breaking out. And in the NASDAQ, it's actually even worse. And, of course, we have our news in Apple, and we missed the buy down there at 320. We were looking at 320 to possibly be buying it on that full moon, but, it only got to 320.22, so that was a missed opportunity. So we'll have to wait and see what happens over the weekend. We have still not taken out the highs from February 21st on the S&P 500. We nicked it just a little bit in the New York Futures, New York Stock Exchange Index by just a little bit. So, we'll have to wait and see if that closes higher. If we close really strong today and we start to see breakouts in the new highs to new lows, then, we're probably going to have another leg up. But frankly, one of the strongest seasonals that we have in the stock market is sell in May and go away. That's a very strong seasonal, and we've got May coming up very close at hand. We have a pretty good Astro Index, Astro Point coming in Saturday. It's one of my favorites. It's the Venus-Uranus conjunction, and that should be indicative of some type of a topping action in here. But just frankly, if you've never if you don't believe in the VIX index, just go back and see how well it works, because basically what it's doing is it's looking at the fear and greed that's in the market, and you really need to remember that, because you got to buy them when they're crying and sell them when they're yelling. That's basically what you really need to do. And I when I look at this thing, it's just so incredible how the sentiment has gone from that March 14th low that we had on the right near the super full moon, and we've just literally been straight down, and the emotionalism of these people that are in there buying is just really really quite amazing in my opinion. So just if I had to do one thing, I'd probably buy the VIX index today on the close, and only because it's made new ground The market's extremely overbought, and that's just how I would do it. So, it's probably one of the trades that I'm going to be looking at, for today. With the holiday being tomorrow, it'll probably be relatively quiet today, and many traders leave early on a longer weekend like that. So we'll be able to see what happens. Now, whether the market really breaks out to the upside, it's going to have some pretty big volume in here, and we're going to have to start seeing new highs to new lows expanding. Otherwise, something's really seriously wrong, unless they've changed the rules, and I don't think they've really done that. The VIX index is a really good indicator of fear and sentiment in the market. I know right now everybody's saying it's useless. They say that all the time. It's at these highs or lows. And, you just have to, believe in what you're looking at. And this tells me this is not the time, to be buying stocks. That's just my opinion. Now, if you have a call, if you'd like to chat, the number is 877-927-6648. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what we talked about on Wednesday. And when we start talking about commodities now, and that is that we were talking about gold coins and silver bars and gold bars, and the fact that some of these things are being counterfeited. Well, the counterfeit coins have been around for an awfully long time, especially in the smaller denominations of $1 gold coins and $2.50 and $5. Those have been around a long time. They really got bad back in the 1980s. The quality of them are relatively pretty good, but a good coin dealer can spot them in a heartbeat. But if you're just interested in whether a coin is either a really true metal content or anything, there is a good way of looking at it. I mentioned it on the show on Wednesday, and that is if you ever travel through the Middle East and any of the bazaars where the money changers are still there, that they've been there for centuries, they have a little pedestal. It's a little marble pedestal, and then the top of the pedestal, they put the piece of metal on that pedestal, and then they tap it with a little hammer or a object of the same quality, whether it's gold or silver. You hit those two objects together, and it makes a distinctive ring. Now, I'm going to try to do this on the microphone today, just to show you, what the difference is. I have two coins here from Hong Kong. They're both replica or counterfeit coins of very rare silver dollars, seeded silver dollars that were back in the 1800s. These coins sell for about $800 or $900. They sell them for like $3 over in Hong Kong, but they're nickel. They look like they're silver. They look just like a silver dollar, except that they're nickel inside. They have the same weight and everything, except that they are actually, counterfeit. Before we do that, we have a call from Rick in British Columbia. Are you there, Rick?
Hey, Larry, you there?
Yes, sir. How are you today?
Hey, Larry, Tom from Tampa. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, fine. I'm sorry. They gave the wrong name up there for me. What can I do for you?
Hey, by the way, I wanted to thank you for that, The Disciplined Trader and Trading in the Zone by Douglas. I read both books. They were outstanding. I recommend them to anybody.
Well, thanks. I'm having dinner with Mark tonight, so I'll tell him.
Yeah, he was on your show about a month ago. I think I bought him after the show was over. And they're outstanding. They really get into the psychology and the mental aspect of what a trader's going through. So I just wanted to tell you.
That's what it's all about, my friend. It really is.
Yes, sir. Question. Apple puts June. I've got a 345 strike. I can't see this market. Of course, I've been off on this one, but keep going like this. I'm thinking we should see maybe a possible downturn next week. Do you think Apple's going to hold here, or do you think it's getting ready to take about a head on down to that 322 mark?
Well, we've made the 320. That was a big ABCD. It came in right on the day of the full moon, which we expected. Now we've had these really strong days. The thing that I'm watching most right now, Tom, is the VIX index. The fact that we went into new low ground, and it's been basically straight down since the 14th. And so what I'm looking for is to see the sentiment change. Like I mentioned on the top of the show, the new highs to new lows is not confirming this breakout at all. It's basically, the Dow Jones that is, running into new high grounds. The transports look horrible, so there's a lot of divergence there, and it's certainly just on common sense, I would, even if even if I'm totally wrong, we're going to have some type of correction, to look to be a buyer. I mean, Apple had a heck of a correction. We were looking for it to go to 320, and it went to there. Now we've had the rally back with the earnings, which they stacked their earnings. So I don't think that put is too far off. I like the June strike, as a matter of fact, and the price is right. So I don't think that's a bad that's a bad thing.
It seems like every time Apple comes out with their earnings, they're always positive. At least it's been that way for the last couple of years. It doesn't matter.
It's been, I think, 23 quarters in a row. It's been that way. I heard something on Bloomberg last night that every time they've done it, they've either beat or exceeded expectations. 23 times in a row. That in itself makes it an outlier event, but we'll have to, wait and see.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Thanks, Larry.
Okay, thanks a lot. You bet. I think we have another caller. Rick in British Columbia. Are you there, Rick?
Hey, how you doing, Larry?
Just fine.
Hey, before I ask you about IBM, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but I think Wednesday, whenever there's interest rate decisions, it's going to be apparently 4 times a year, so I don't know how many times. But anyway, instead of it being at 11:15 Eastern, it's going to be at 9:30 Eastern now. And then about an hour later, Bernanke's going to have a 45-minute question and answer with reporters. In other words, if the market doesn't like what he's saying and it drops 200, he'll calm things down. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. It'd be the first time that's ever happened, and be fun trading potentially during those time periods.
Fun is also equated with danger. in October 1996, Greenspan came out in the middle of the morning and dropped rates 0.5%. And bankrupt, I think, 40 or 50 locals on the floor of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange.
What year was that again?
I believe it was October of '96, as I recall.
I don't know. That might have been the time. Tom talks about it once in a while. I don't know if it was that situation or not. But
I still have the charts.
He was in the air at the time. He said he was traveling when it happened.
I was actually trading when it happened. I didn't happen to be on the short side. I was actually on the long side, and I had an order to sell, and they filled me 32 handles better than my sell point. It actually gapped over 50 S&P points. It was one of the worst days as far as in history of the Merc for the locals because of that. That's what's interesting about it.
Anyway, if I heard it right, instead of 11:15, it'll be 9:30, which, I'm on the West Coast, but I'll be right in the middle of lunch hour for 2/3 of the population in Eastern time zones of North America here. So, and then an hour later, he's gonna, you got to be thinking, they're going to be saying hey, what's going on with our dollar here? You know what I mean? It'll be rather interesting. But anyway, when you got time, maybe after in a little while, we'll talk about IBM.
Stay with us, and we'll talk about IBM.
Some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Direction Shares Leverage ETFs fuse the benefits of exchange-traded funds with the innovation you expect from Direction, providing investors with opportunities to magnify their short-term perspective, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. Direction Shares, ETFs to the power of X. To learn more about Direction Shares, click on the Direction banner on the front page of TFNN.com or call 866-476-7523. There is no guarantee that the funds will achieve their objective. The ETFs are not suitable for all investors and should be utilized only by sophisticated investors who understand short-term trading, leverage risk, consequences of seeking daily leverage investment results, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. An investor should consider the investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses of Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information and can be obtained at directionshares.com. Please read the prospectus carefully before investing. Distributed by Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Great Basin Gold is an international gold mining company with 2 producing mines in the world's most prolific gold mining areas, the Hollister Gold Mine on the Carlin Trend in Nevada and the Burnstone Gold Mine in the Wits Basin in South Africa. The Burnstone Mine is a low-cost, long-life, shallow mine that is a company builder, and the Hollister Mine is one of the world's highest-grade ore bodies being mined today. Burnstone offers a huge re-rating potential by producing in the 4th quarter, and Hollister represents a tremendous and very exciting exploration opportunity. With annual production of 165,000 ounces of gold in 2010, 260,000 in 2011, and 330,000 ounces of gold in 2012, Great Basin is poised to become a leading mid-tier gold producer. Great Basin Gold has resources of over 13 million ounces, exceptional organic growth potential at its current mines, and greenfield operations in Tanzania and Mozambique. Great Basin has strong management and a commitment to deliver exceptional value and cash flow to its shareholders while acting responsibly toward its surrounding communities. To find out more about Great Basin Gold, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the American Stock Exchange, symbol GBG.
You've heard Bud Rolfs give his expert technical analysis of the stock market on the radio. Now you can have his superior trading advice and his best stock picks delivered right to your desktop every week with his newsletter, The Torch. Using his own trademarked Warpath trading system, Bud will help you to increase your odds of making and saving money in the markets with powerful stock selection, stock analysis, and trading plan strategies. Published every Monday morning, each issue of The Torch features full-color charts in an easy-to-follow format. You will also receive not only the big picture of what's going on in the major markets and critical sectors, but also featured stock picks with complete trading plans and technical setups, as well as the Subscribers Corner, where Bud analyzes stocks submitted by subscribers. Visit TFNN.com today and receive your 2-week free trial of The Torch. That's a $75 value. Sign up now and make sure you receive all the great market analysis and winning trade ideas in every action-packed issue of The Torch from Bud Rolfs.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Now, back to the Futures Hour.
Okay, we're back, and are you still with me, Rick?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Okay, I've shown you the IBM chart. I posted into the room, those of you that can't see it, into the Tiger's Den, but it's basically made a double top. We've taken out that high from February 21st by about 20 cents. Actually, I think it's only 10 cents. So today's close, we'll have to see what happens on Monday, but the new highs to new lows are not confirming this. We only have 6 Dow stocks out of the 30 that are actually making new highs. So to me, that's a really strong non-confirmation. And with the VIX the way it is, you just literally, if you're a technical trader going into new low ground like this, with the indexes not making new highs, that's going to be a big surprise, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, 167.72 is the high I have, and we're 10 cents below it right now. But maybe I got misinformation or something.
Well, believe me, I'm not a stock trader, so I basically do futures and Forex, and so my data is showing it made a higher high by 10 cents, but it's delayed possibly. I don't know. I don't think it is, but it's close enough. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you betcha. Okay, thanks.
You bet. Thanks for calling. We got a call from Phil in Boston. Are you there, Phil?
Yes. How you doing today, Larry?
Fine. What can I do for you?
Well, first of all, I got to thank you for your advice. The last time I called you, over a month ago, something about silver. I was a guy who told you about I thought the government's buying silver. So anyway, I hopped on And I bought the silver. It was like $36 an ounce, and I just got rid of it today.
Well, it's had a parabolic move, and we'll see what happens from here. So
there's a lot of shorts in the silver market right now. So
there's also a lot of longs too. Remember, for every short there has to be a long. That's why it's a contract. There's got to be a buyer and seller for both sides. So you have to remember that there's somebody in there is selling, and usually it's not the little guy when things are going straight up like that, because the margin on silver is relatively high. And it's not often that you see that. If the open interest starts to drop in the silver, then that means that shorts are covering, and then that's when the vacuum will occur. It's going to come down really hard. How far it's going to come down?
I needed your opinion as to when you thought what price you thought it was going to come down at.
Okay, now pay close attention, because I think silver is going to top at $46.19 at 8:00 in the morning on Monday.
I don't mean that. I don't mean it that.
No, I really don't know. I mean, it's a parabolic move. We're up 15 out of 16 days. The last time we had a run like this, it went 22 days. So, I'm not sure. We've got some Astro stuff coming in over the weekend, but it's going to give you plenty of chances to do this. In fact, one of the things I wanted to do today, Phil, was to save Mike from Thailand a call, because he wants to get short silver all week, and I said it's going to give you plenty of chances, and I said probably more chances than you want to have. So it's gone a lot farther than I thought it was going to go. So
and it can go further. I mean, it's it's never pretty. I mean, when there's all these people that are short silver right now or anything, it's never pretty at the end. You know what I mean? They don't let them out that easy. They don't let the shorts out that easy on those things. You know what I mean? They can get dragged on. But there is an intermediate top coming to this whole thing. I just don't know where to figure it. I was kind of hoping that the intermediate top on gold was going to come right at this area right now, but it looks like it's going to over 1,700 the gold. So
I don't know if it's going to go to. It could go to 1,700, but there's a bunch of targets between 1,498 and 1,515 in the gold. I mean, these are big ABCDs that have been there for a while, and gold has been very quiet compared to silver. It hasn't. Those two markets are like night and day.
I hear you. Okay. All right. I appreciate the help. Thank you very much.
Thanks it's one of my favorite cities. Thanks for calling in, Phil.
Oh yeah, I like it here. I was just in New York yesterday. I like it better here.
I agree with you 100%. Okay, one of the things I wanted to talk about is the fact about these coins that are out there. If you're buying the coins that I buy gold and silver coins, but I buy numismatic quality coins. These are coins that are sold by the American Numismatic Association, the ANA, or PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and they're graded anywhere from very fine all the way to MS 70, which is the highest grade that you can get. And coin dealers are relatively an honest group, but they're there to make a living. And one of the ways that they make a living is the grading of the coins. In other words, if you grade a coin at MS 65, it's a certain price, and if you grade it at MS 70, it's a much higher price. So what they call that is sliding the grade, and this is where dealers differ. If you have a dealer that's real honest, he's not going to slide the grade on you. But you could buy a coin that should be worth $700. You're going to pay $1,400 for it just because someone grades it differently. That's why if you buy a coin from PCGS.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is now on sale at Amazon.com for only $27.88. If you have an interest in mastering any market with superior confidence, this book is for you. I will walk you through the subjective theory behind quality, volume, and cause and effect, coupled with the objective aspects of the Tiger-Gartley, all the while utilizing risk management and Tiger scaling techniques. This will give you the elements of a successful system that can be profitably applied to any stock, commodity, or future market, any place, anytime. I'm offering a complete educational program, including the book, for only $88. You'll receive a live 2-hour workshop in your city or online, where we get into quality volume, the ABC structure, as well as the never-seen-before Tiger-Gartley. These techniques will make you money on a consistent basis. You can go to TFNN.com to see when I will be in your city. Don't let Wall Street eat you alive. It's time for you to rule the markets. Go to TFNN.com and sign up for the workshop coming to your city.
Timing the Trade Charts is a complete charting software package that brings together all the tools that you need to analyze stocks using Tom O'Brien's Timing the Trade methodology in one easy-to-use application. For the low yearly rate of $449, Timing the Trade Charts automatically computes swing points, ABCs, Fibonacci retracement levels, confluence, gaps, and much more. Timing the Trade Charts is now available at TFNN.com, and you can download it and try it risk-free for 7 days. We're so confident that you'll love this new charting software package that we're offering a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. If you're not completely satisfied with this software, just let us know within 30 days and you'll get a complete refund. In order to take advantage of this great offer, log on to TFNN.com and click on the Timing the Trade Charts banner or call our office at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Great Basin Gold is an international gold mining company with 2 producing mines in the world's most prolific gold mining areas, the Hollister Gold Mine on the Carlin Trend in Nevada and the Burnstone Gold Mine in the Wits Basin in South Africa. The Burnstone Mine is a low-cost, long-life, shallow mine that is a company builder, and the Hollister Mine is one of the world's highest-grade ore bodies being mined today. Burnstone offers a huge re-rating potential by producing in the 4th quarter, and Hollister represents a tremendous and very exciting exploration opportunity. With annual production of 165,000 ounces of gold in 2010, 260,000 in 2011, and 330,000 ounces of gold in 2012, Great Basin is poised to become a leading mid-tier gold producer. Great Basin Gold has resources of over 13 million ounces, exceptional organic growth potential at its current mines, and greenfield operations in Tanzania and Mozambique. Great Basin has strong management and a commitment to deliver exceptional value and cash flow to its shareholders while acting responsibly toward its surrounding communities. To find out more about Great Basin Gold, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the American Stock Exchange, symbol GBG.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Now, back to the Futures Hour.
Okay, folks, we're back, and we were talking about the different types of coins, but I buy PCGS coins that are graded, and they're put into a little plastic sealed case, and that shows, what the grading is. And basically what it is, it's 3 people at the PCGS company that are ANA authorized graders, and then they do it very, very professional. But if the coins are graded that way, you have a pretty good idea. They're very good for reselling that way, too, because dealers know what these are, and they respect the grading by quite a bit. We've got a caller from Iowa. Ken, are you there?
Yes. Good morning, Steve.
How are you? What can I do for you?
I'd like to have you look at Calm. They're into eggs. I don't know whether they're just distributors or I'd like to have your viewpoint on it.
Well, I'll try to take a look at it if I can get. That's not one of the things that I can come up with as far as prices. Trading around 29. Is that what it's trading at?
Right.
And what's been the high for the year?
36.97.
Okay, now eggs are really basically another way of looking at soybean meal, because that's basically what you're looking at. Is you're looking at recycled soybeans as they go through the chickens to make the protein. So it's related to the price of soybean meal by a great deal. So, I can't get the data up on this stock right now because it just takes a few hours to build a database for it. So I can't really, give you an idea whether to be a buyer or seller of it. However, I will say that, the price of soybeans, we've had some real bullish news on those things, and they haven't really responded very well. So I'd be really reluctant to, to buy an egg producer right now because just because of that fact that it's directly related to the price of soybean meal. That's pretty much what you're looking at when you're looking at eggs.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Okay, well thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Ken. That's one of my favorite states, Iowa, because I lived in Indiana for all those years. Okay, now I'm going to show you if I can do this on the air. I'm not sure, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these two coins that are phony, and I'm going to try to let you hear on the air what it sounds like when they are actually phony. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take two pure silver dollars and tap them together, and you're going to be able to hear. I hope you can do that, but whether you can hear it or not, I hope you can. I tried it last night and it worked okay, but the tone when you tap two silver coins or two gold coins together is totally different. In other words, the tone for gold is different than the tone for silver. So that tells you whether the content is actually a precious metal or not. So those are some things, I think if you're going to buy a coin from a stranger, you should at least know that silver has a specific ring. Drop it on the concrete. If it makes a nice ringing sound, it most probably has some precious metal in it. But if it doesn't, that just means that it's a replica, and you don't want to mess with those things. They're nothing but trouble. So keep that in mind. And when we were talking with Ken in Iowa about the eggs, we're going on with some of the other things that are happening in the commodity markets. We've had tremendously bullish news on supply demand on some of these grains, and they've not responded very well. That's another thing that it scares me a little bit. Okay, we'll be right back after this commercial.
O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading in the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, as well as more than 35 different mining equities. For the low price of $150, you will receive 13 weeks of the Gold Report, or you can order up to a full year for under $500. If you'd like to find out more about the Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com, or for more information, call our office at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day. Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry, or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is now on sale on Amazon.com for only $27.88.
Now, back to the Futures Hour.
Back on the air yet? Hello? I don't know if I don't know what's happened. I think maybe I've lost connection. Oh, good. Sorry, folks. I didn't know if I was still on or not. I was listening to the commercial, and then when it went off, it sort of caught me by surprise. One other thing I wanted to mention about these coins that people buy all the time on the channels, you get a advertisement for these replica coins, like the replica of the $50 Buffalo gold coin, and also some of the other silver dollars. And these are plated coins. Usually they are called 24 karat. And that means they're 24 karat gold plated. They have nothing to do with precious metals. They usually sell them for anywhere between $9.95, and they always say limit of 5 to $19.95. They're pretty. If you want to buy one for your grandson or something like that, then that's okay. But frankly, as an investment, they totally suck. Mike in Lakewood, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Mike. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I want to talk to you about yuan versus the dollar. There's something getting ready to happen, or they're talking about it, but they're going to wait until I guess the Senate traveling group that's there leaves, so they won't look like they were pressured into making the change. Do you know anything about that?
Well, all I can tell you is that the price of the yuan has been skyrocketing. Actually, versus the dollar. I will drop a chart into the into the den, and you can see just what's happened since March 14th. We've had a really big drop, and I really believe that there's something going to happen already. When the announcement comes, it'll probably be out of the way. But we've gone from 6.83 in the yuan back in July to down to 6.49. That's a pretty big drop. And when I went to China for the first time, the renminbi, the yuan was valued, I believe, at 8.3. So it's had a big move. So something's happening. There's no question about it. The markets, somebody already knows it because they've been buying the yuan against the dollar for quite a while.
Okay, well that helps out very much. Thanks very much.
Well, we'll see. The news is already out. The news is not out, but somebody already knows it. They're profiting from it because they can't keep that stuff secret for very long.
Okay, well, thanks.
Okay, we have a call from Mike in Thailand. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Hi, Larry. Can you hear me okay?
Perfectly.
Wonderful. You got me thinking about that test. How do you do that? I have 2 rounds in my hand right now of 2 silver rounds.
Very simple. Just put the first round. Make a knuckle on your index finger, so that it acts like a little fulcrum. So you can just set it there, right in the middle, so it acts, so it's balancing on your knuckle, and then take the other coin and just tap it, and it'll make a distinctive ringing sound.
Oh, that's just a lot better. Oh boy,
yeah.
I was saying to myself. I was saying to myself, at first it sounded like the first one you did with the fake coins when I was doing it myself, but now it sounds a lot better when you let it balance like that.
Yeah, I play poker, in Texas Hold'em tournaments, and once a few months ago, some guy at the table was trying to sell some, phony silver coins, and the guy that I knew was getting ready to buy them, and I said, "We ought to test to see if they're silver," and says, "Well, nobody can do that." And I said, "Well, and I showed him that little test, and the guy that was trying to sell the coins, he got out of there really quick. So that already,
wow.
yeah,
well,
so
good for you on that one.
Yeah, well, yeah. I worked with coin dealers for many years when I was at Drexel. They were a bulk of my, speculative business and stuff because we were long gold and silver during that big run-up, and so I had the opportunity to go through some of that stuff with them and see how it works. So anyway, just people be careful. Most of the stuff on the Internet from reputable dealers is fine, Mike, but when you start dealing with some of these people at Craigslist and eBay and other places, you just never really know the authenticity of some of this stuff. And, some of it's very high priced and you could really get hurt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay? Well, listen, thanks for calling in, and a happy holiday to you, Mike. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks a lot, Larry. I forgot to ask you if you had the time. I wanted to put in something about the VIX. You have another caller? Never mind.
Sure. No, please, go ahead. Always happy to talk to you.
What I notice about the VIX is they keep making it go to a higher high and a lower low. So you have a whole bunch of series and sub-series of these funnels. And that's something I watch under a microscope, the VIX, all the time. You're absolutely right when you talk about this. I have I know what makes it, who pushes it down, and I believe the people who really push it down, it's the plunge protection team, and the way they do it is they write a bunch of calls and puts, and that brings that compresses the premiums down, and that's how they get this market to rally. And that's how they trap shorts and stuff like that. But anyway, your caller, Rick, had something very interesting to say about the Fed meeting coming up. And
yes, that's going to be interesting.
Wednesday? Yeah, and I can't wait to hear that one over again because I really wonder if they are going to raise interest rates on Wednesday. And what I did is I did take a little silver position, a short ZSL. I bought the ZSL yesterday because of the fact that VIX pushed down and it did make a new low. So now I'm thinking to myself, it's got nowhere to go up but to test that high again, and that would stall silver out. And I'm guessing. So what are your thoughts on that? And then I'll hang up. That'd be good enough for me.
Okay. Well, I think you waited a little bit on the silver. It's up another several dollars since we talked last Monday. So
thanks for that advice, by the way. I'm really glad you told me that because I'm glad I waited. You know what I mean? And I wish I would have waited at least today. And I'll probably be saying the same thing over and over every day that comes. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, don't confuse lucky with being smart. I was just basically thinking they could probably go a little higher. But as far as the Fed meeting is concerned, there probably will be some really wild volatility. The Fed is really between a rock and a hard place as far as the interest rates and the bonds. We'll be back in just a minute, folks.
Some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618 88888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is now on sale at Amazon.com for only $27.88. If you have an interest in mastering any market with superior confidence, this book is for you. I will walk you through the subjective theory behind quality, volume, and cause and effect, coupled with the objective aspects of the Tiger-Gottlieb, all the while utilizing risk management and Tiger scaling techniques. This will give you the elements of a successful system that can be profitably applied to any stock, commodity, or future market, any place, anytime. I'm offering a complete educational program, including the book, for only $88. You'll receive a live 2-hour workshop in your city or online, where we get into quality, volume, the ABC structure, as well as the never-seen-before Tiger-Gottlieb. These techniques will make you money on a consistent basis. You can go to TFNN.com to see when I will be in your city. Don't let Wall Street eat you alive. It's time for you to rule the markets. Go to TFNN.com and sign up for the workshop coming to your city.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is now on sale on Amazon.com for only $27.88.
Now, back to the Futures Hour.
Okay, folks, we're back finishing up the last few minutes. We also, we're talking to Mike in Thailand about the silver and the fact that, you know, we're up around 4,600. We have this big Fed meeting coming out, which is different. They're bringing it out right at in the middle of the market trading day, which is usually, you know, not a very good thing to do. One of the things I used to remember talking about to folks back in 96, 97, 98, 2000, when we had Greenspan as our chairman, he used to have a breakfast meeting with his best friend, Robert Rubin, who at the time was, I believe, chairman of the board of Citi Corporation. And I always used to joke, I said, they probably never shared inside information, but Greenspan might have said, gee, I wouldn't want to be short the S&P today, or something to that effect. But you know, people that don't believe that this news is leaked are being very, very naive, because that's the easiest way to rob a bank is to have news ahead of time. So whether that happens or not, we'll wait and see. Anyway, the question that the other gentleman brought up about the Chinese renminbi, the yuan, you know, it's dropped over 6% since July, folks. That's a huge move. and the dollar is, making new lows. And so if I had to, to look at anything, I think if they're going to do anything about raising interest rates, that's going to strengthen the dollar. But frankly, I don't think they'll raise it by more than 0.25%, which, won't mean very much at all. But we'll just have to, to wait and see. We have a long weekend facing us because we are closed tomorrow for the Easter holiday. And by the way, that was a very difficult day to save. There were many people that wanted to have trading for Good Friday, but stronger heads prevailed at the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ, and they actually, call it a holiday, in which it should be, in my opinion. But that's getting back on the soapbox, and I certainly don't want to do that. The main thing that we have to watch is the U.S. dollar, because below 74, folks, it's really in bad trouble. It was in trouble below 75. What we've done now is we made a 1.618 expansion down at exactly 73.97. I think we're trading just a little above 74 right now. We've broken out above the 146 level in the euro. We're still within 18 pips of that. We shattered the 164 in the British pound that we were talking about. The Australian dollars went about 0.5% above the 107 level that we were looking at. So all of these are going. The Canadian dollar went down and made the long-term price objective. So we're going to have some really wild volatility, coming in on Monday. The markets will be open for Forex on Friday, and they'll be open, I believe, for the stock index futures on Friday, and also the Sunday night trading on Easter night weekend. They open in New Zealand, I believe, at around 3 o'clock New York time. So that's going to be quite interesting, to see the first indications of what's going on. One of the commodities that I'm watching, real closely that's had a divergence with the rest of the stock market has been copper. And, copper is making a 61% retracement of the high that we made several months ago. And that's going to be interesting if we stay below that 440 level per pound in copper. So we'll just have to see what happens on Monday. Ordinarily, I would take a short position in copper here, but because of the longer weekend, I'd prefer to wait and see what happens, on Monday.